Hello YouTube, what is going on YouTube? I'm so happy that you guys have come over to see me again YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host, Jono, and we're going to pick up from where we left off. So the last video that I did, that was on the 15th of December, and today is the 20th of December. So literally practically a whole week has gone past, and this is Monday as well, so Monday. So so we're going to talk more about what has been happening, and something interesting has been happening, which is, and we're going to move this into position so we can zoom in to talk about the interesting thing that's happening. That is that the price action is nearing this golden looking box thing that I drew, that I can't really tell what color it is because I'm slightly colorblind, so I don't know if this is orange or yellow, or so you guys can obviously troll me on that later. But yes, so basically this area is the sweet spot. So just to re-explain what is actually happening here, what my thinking is that I'm thinking of jumping in to make some buys, right? But I want to get in at the best possible spot to buy it from, right? So this level, so let's zoom out. This level right here, this little purple little price action level, that zone is ideally where I want to buy it at. Well, it's a good place to buy it, but it has two slight problems. The time. So right now, today, I can only buy this if it's in this little yellowy, orangey box thingamajig. So if the price action gets into this box, I'm buying because it makes sense for me to buy it. But as long as it stays in this purple range right here, I can only buy it if it gets here. So even if it shoots up, I'll have to leave it. And if it lands right back into this little yellow box right here, then I pick it up. That's when it's going to make sense to me. That's when it's going to make sense to my strategy. And if it does not work out for this strategy, do you know what I do? I just wait for it to come up. I just wait for another opportunity to come up, and then I join it. Normally, so there are different types of strategies that different traders use, okay? And bearing in mind, if you're thinking of becoming a trader, all right, you have to bear your lifestyle. The kind of life you have on the day-to-day will determine how successful you're going to be. So for example, I'm going to be like most of you guys watching the video right now. I actually am like most of you guys watching this video right now. The only difference is I kind of know what I'm doing right now, whereas it took a while for me to get here, but I kind of know what it is I'm doing. And that is the idea that is the idea that I'm sharing with you right now. Okay, and what's the idea? Well, you have a regular 9 to 5, and so obviously when you're at a 9 to 5, you can't trade. So 15-minute time scale, 1 minute time scale, 5-minute time scale, anything under 4 hours, you can't work with at all. It's not going to work for you because you're at work, and if you after work, if you're like, okay, you want to get a couple pips in, then you're scalping. And then to be fair, it can work for you or it can work against you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to lose way more money scalping than you are going to be making money. And because after work, depending on what it is that you're trading and the time zone it's in, good chance most of the fun stuff you've missed it. Like literally, you're just going to be trying to make something work. It's going to be very hard to work because you've missed a lot of the volatile action. Why? Because you was at work, right? So how I've come up with this is come up with a strategy, back test it religiously, okay? And so although I can trade on my phone, you look for certain levels that you can trade, and then you can just lock in your trade, lock in your stop, lock in your take profit, and then just get on with your day. And in the evening, you just take a look at it to see what it's doing, where it is, if it's going in your favor or not going in your favor, whatever's happening, you're able to analyze it in that way. Okay, so that is my particular strategy here. Hence why, if you watched all of my videos, okay, so all the videos since I started recording, is basically tracking this move from around here all the way down here, which is not selling, not selling and not buying, but just talking about it, not selling and not buying, but just talking about it. But the opportunities were there for me to sell. This particular asset, I never sell. I'll sell it when it's when it does something that lets me know I need to sell it. But for this point, I don't sell this particular asset. I just look for buying opportunities only. Buying opportunities on the 4 hour or the daily time frames. That's when I look for opportunities on the 4 hourly, on a daily, which is a bit wild. Okay, so normally you would look for your entry on a 1 hour, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. I do that too, but normally I just look at it and I'm like, okay, can I hold this level of a stop? And if it looks like, yeah, I can hold that level of a stop, then I lock it in. So at the moment right now, the price action is currently at 15.54. Okay, and it's touched this little box magic, so it's actually gone in there and bounced back up again, right? So what we're looking at right now. This situation here is on a 4 hour, so we're going to reduce it down to 1 hour and see what it tells me. Okay, so at the moment I've got the kind of shape I'm looking for, right? I've got the kind of shape I'm looking for, which is this, right? So this is how this particular situation is looking at the moment, and at the moment it looks like it's only 2 touches. Now I'm going to wait for this to confirm, because this box actually hasn't confirmed, and it's going to confirm later on in terms of if it's going to go straight past or if it's just going to touch this. So it's touched it, it's pulling back, it's yet to turn red, and if it turns red and it starts winding down again, then in the night I'm expecting it to give me this type of situation. Okay, and then in the morning, at some point in the morning, I should be able to come back on and proudly announce to all of you guys watching that I've finally, after many weeks of tracking this thing, I have finally been able to lock in a trade. Okay, so that is the news I'm hoping to come on and talk to you guys about tomorrow. But I don't know if I'm going to get that or not, because like I say, the market does what the market wants to do. No one tells the market what to do. The market does whatever it feels like it, which can be annoying as hell, but it is what it is. So that's what we got going on at the moment. Okay, that's what we got going on at the moment. So let me just do little zigzaggy lines, because people kind of like it. They like these lines, right? So I think it's going to do that. Boom, boom. It might even go a little bit lower, and then start its ascent, maybe play around a little bit, start its ascent, oops, and then start its ascent, and then obviously just keep going till it gets up here somewhere, at which point you have a new higher high. Okay, and the plan with this particular trade is real simple. So obviously as you're following along with this video, you're going to get to see a little bit of my thinking. Now this particular structure that I've drawn out here, you guys have been watching me for a while to know that chances are this is not what is going to happen. It's going to be a little bit different, it's going to look all weird or whatever, but it's not going to be that. But the whole theme of this whole thing, so the actual theme, what is really important to take away from this is the bottoms. So let me choose another color for this. So we're gonna choose black, right? We're gonna choose black because everybody likes black, right? Yeah, that's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah, anyways, right, so we're gonna do black. Okay, so right, so and what we're gonna be doing is we're going to be looking for these little bottoms on the way up. Now this is my particular strategy, right? Like I said, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, do all of these things yourself. This is not, like, I am not an expert. I figured this out from YouTube, like how you're trying to figure it out from YouTube. So like I say, you got to do your own research. So why am I drawing these boxes? Because in these boxes here is where I'm going to be averaging. Well, this is the plan as it stands today. When we actually get into the trade, it may differ, it may change, it may it may differ, it may change. It just depends on what I'm seeing and how I'm reacting to. But how I'm putting it out there right now is in these little boxes right here. I'm going to be averaging up on the way to the top of this, on the way to this particular zone right here, where then I'll be thinking about taking profits, right? And this overall move from here to here, I'm assuming maybe about 60 days, give or take. So that is 60 days that I'm expecting this little move to happen, which is not going to go exactly in this way. It's going to be a little bit different, so it's not going to go in this way at all. But we should get something that looks like it's making a stairway to heaven in some way, shape, or form. We should get something in that region. Something I'll say that looks a little bit more like, say, this little journey. Say something like this. And as you can see, this overhaul situation over here. So let's see how many days this was. Let's go from here to here. What's the date on this? Oh, okay, I know. Because we're on a white background, it doesn't actually show the details. So we're gonna aha. Yep. Okay. So yes, you can see like 48 days. Like it's over a month. So this whole move here is over 1 month. Do you know what I mean? And obviously you could have taken profits here. And then this situation here would have been risky. Would have been risky because you would have thought it was going down, and then it would have gone up for another double touch. I think this is where I actually got caught out. Yes, I think in the video I actually mentioned that I got caught out and I waited. So I literally thought I was going to start selling down, and I got caught out. I waited for it to rise to the top and then start to fall. And this whole fall here, I literally could have sold. I could have been selling here, selling here, selling here, and selling here and selling here, right? But I chose not to. So I've left that out. So I'm just scratching my beard, if you could hear that, because the mic actually, you can hear that. The mic is quite close, so yeah, you hear that, right? Yes. So what was that? Yes. So yeah. So literally, I didn't do any of that. So I'm just waiting, just to be buying up, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna buy up. So let me get rid of all of these boxes, right? We're going to get rid of all of these boxes, and also, as well, we're going to talk about something else that you guys might be interested in doing. But this particular asset, I don't actually trade it, but I can analyze it, and you guys can go ahead and just take a look to see how you're going to play it off. If you're going to make it, if you're going to do something with it or not, it's up to you. But I can analyze it. So what we're going to talk about is silver. So let's bring that on. Let's bring on the silver, and let's have a look to see what's happening. Right. So this is silver right now, doing the silver things. Okay. Right. So this is silver right now, right? And we can see a couple of interesting things happening with silver at the moment. Right? So first things first is we're gonna get about the drawings, but I'm only gonna focus. Let's go to daily. I'm gonna focus just on a small part of it. So let's say we're just gonna focus on this area right here. Zoom in. Because the rest is important, but it's not that important. I mean, it's important, but it's not that important right now, not for the sake of this video anyways. So it's not important. So by the way, this silver has a lot of room to fall down to, right? It has a lot of room and it could fall down, right? But we're gonna see what we got going on, if there is any short-term gains we could make in this overall situation. Okay, so right. So the most important thing that I normally do, and you'll be seeing this in videos all over, all the videos that I've been doing, is first things first is I figure out the zones. I figure out where everything is, right? Where everything is, and then we take it from there. So yeah, I think that's a bit too bright. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so we've got our first little zone here, and then we've got our second zone here, right? Which is where all the highs are, top level highs, right? And then we could call that area a zone as well. We could call this little area here a zone as well. Alright, because you've got price rejection at that level also, right? And then this here is definitely the zone, so we've got a zone here. Right, so these are the zones on the day. Okay, these are the big zones that we need to keep an eye out on, because these are the day zones, and these zones have a very, very high chance of being respected. But the zones are quite big. They are quite meaty. Yeah, they are definitely quite meaty. So we're going to go down to a 4 hourly. So that's a 4 hourly, and we're going to see what we've got going on there. Okay, right. So on a 4 hourly, we can see a situation, and this is a good situation. I can see it as clear as day. Now that I've gone into the 4 hourly, it literally stands out like a sore thumb. So forget everything that we're seeing up here. We're just going to focus on this little area right here, okay? So I wonder if you guys can actually see the channel that has formed, right? So you've got a top level here. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to show you like this. Let's show you like this. So let's do this. Boom. Right. And then what we're going to do is, instead of drawing a little zone, we're just going to draw little lines to showcase the levels, right? So this here is a level on the 4 hourly where we get price rejection, okay? And we're probably going to see the same thing on the hourly, because it's a 4 hourly, so we'll probably see the same thing, but just in a lot more detail, right? But however, the two is this going on, and this is broken, by the way. So this is broken, by the way, right? Okay. And if I line it up, right, to try to catch everything, you're going to see that it touches where that bounces, right? So I don't know if you guys watching have done any courses on technical analysis or anything like that, okay? But this particular move, okay, so this is the top level. This is where we get price getting rejected. But however, this particular structure over here has just broken. So it's broken and it's pulled back to the top of the diagonal trend line, okay, and it looks like it's pushing back up again. Okay, so now we bring this up further, okay. There is a chance that something interesting could happen in the favor of someone that takes a bull action buy, okay? So, and obviously this will be going up today, and today is the 20th of December, and the time is 8:28 in the evening, okay? 8:28. So this is what you're potentially looking at. And this is a couple days move, and your stop will cover this whole thing. So it's just under, so let me just zoom in real quick to show you. And like I said, this is not financial advice. If I was doing it, this is how I do it, right? So you want your stock to come underneath these wicks. Okay, normally someone will say, hey, listen, you want your stock to come underneath these wicks, but listen, it's very easy to get taken out in that situation because this is the funnel and you're buying the top of the funnel, so you need to cover the whole funnel. I mean, there is no other way to explain it to you. I mean, this is how you trade basically. Okay, so when they say risk management, you're only risking 1%, 2% of your market dictates a lot of things as to how you're going to do it and if you're going to be successful or not. If you go in there with a rigid rule, then you have to stick to only certain type scenarios. So say for example, you turn around and say, okay, you only want to risk a very small proportion of your capital on a trade. That basically means that you got to look at a lot of setups and choose the most favorable setups for yourself and only stick to those setups. That's what I do, right? But however, if you've got a big account and you can do whatever it is that you want, how you want, whatever you want, then you can make plays like this. Now, I've got to run on the assumption that not everybody watching these videos is a complete newbie, because I always watch these videos. These are my favorite videos to watch on YouTube more than anything else. Like, I cannot stop learning about technical analysis. I watch it all the time. So I'm like, if I'm watching it and I'm relatively know what it is that I'm doing, so I watch the guys that are good and the guys that are not so good, and how they explain the situations, and even the guys that are not so good, sometimes they even stumble across something that you miss. It's like a fresh pair of eyes. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always watching different people and how they analyze the markets, whether they're good or not. For the fact that you decide that you've got the balls to come on YouTube to show what it is that you're doing, I'm like, yeah, I look at your stuff. I see what it is. If it makes sense, why not? Why not? I hit the subscribe button, I follow you and see how you're getting on, and then if it stops making sense, then obviously I unsubscribe and go elsewhere. It's like a television channel. You do what you want, right? Right. So this is what I think is going to happen. This is what I think is going to happen. This is what I think is going to happen. And what you do is you wait for it to reach, say, this level right here. This level right here. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just how I would do it. You wait for it to get to this level. And then boom, you bring in your trading stop. And you lock in your trading stop right under this level right here. You lock it in right under here. Right under here. Right under here. So under here, you got your trading stop. No matter what, you have already secured the bag. You have secured the bag, and you just wanted to get the top target at the top. So that top target stays in place. Trading top stays at the bottom. If it comes down and takes you out, whatever, you don't care. You're waiting for the next opportunity. So this would be how I will approach silver if I was looking to do anything today. And it's just purely based on what it is that I've drawn over here. Purely based on what I've drawn over here, you know, and if it makes sense, you guys will definitely go in there, you do your research on it, you definitely will check it out, because I'm going to keep this here like this for a little while, and see if anything's happened. If anything happens, and if anything has happened, then it will be fantastic. It will be fantastic to see if I've called it right. And finally, I'm gonna take a quick look at gold to see what's happened with that move, because I think we put something down to say, hey, you might do this, you might do that. So we're gonna find out if it's looking bad or if it's looking good, or if it's just disaster, i.e. we've been closed out. So I'm gonna push the button now. Bing. Okay, and we didn't get wigged out. We did not get wigged out. So you see, it went all the way up, and now it's on its way down. So that is looking very healthy. That's what I mean by you have to look for certain situations. Now this hasn't gone green, so obviously I'm ready to celebrate. Like yeah, I'm ready that vibe already. Ready that vibe already. But we can see here that it's going to do either one or two things. If it returns from this level, then this is a bad move, and obviously we've lost pips. It is what it is. We wipe our eyes, and then we look out for the next opportunity. And is it highly likely that we could lose pips in this situation? could, but I think it's gonna push down. I personally think it's going to push down. But however, if it does pushes up, then we'll see what we do when it does pushes up. But at the moment, this is how it's looking. And this was done from Wednesday. So from Wednesday up until now, you've just been eating red, pure red. So let's see what happens for this week, if it's going to come down and if it's going to look good and if we're all going to be happy. Okay, so that's done. I don't actually think I'm going to include the title of this in the description. So this would just be like a little bonus surprise if you manage to stay and watch the whole video. Yeah, so I think we've pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about. We've covered it. All right, so we put one fake play on for gold, and that's what we're watching now, and we just put on a fake play for silver, and that's what we're watching right now. Okay, so that's what we're watching. We're going to visit this at some point this week and next week, just something just to keep everything interesting. And what else we're going to do? And then we're going to come back to the NAS100. So that's the one I'm going to keeping an eye on, because let's face it, I might do something anytime, because this is the one I'm watching. This is the one this is the boat I'm trying to get on right now. That's the boat I really want to get onto. So so if it does do what I want it to do, then we'll be getting on, and we'll be getting on. What time we'll be getting on, that I couldn't tell you, because it's just, if I look and it's there, I'm in. That's it. That's how that goes. I could put on a little pending order, but I like to put on the pending orders when it's actually in the zone where it needs to be, and then I'll just set it up nicely, so on its way back up to wherever, we just, you know what I mean, we make sure that we secure it in there nicely, and yeah, we take it from there. So yeah, so guys, I want to thank you again for coming over and watching. Please hit the subscribe button, please leave a comment, please drop a like. Your views are important and I want to hear it, so drop it all. Let's make this a bit more engaging. And once again, thanks for coming over. God bless you all. Have a happy festive seasons. Have a happy new year. Have a happy 2022. And yeah, thank you for coming over and watching. I truly appreciate you all. See you in the next video, and hopefully that will be tomorrow, the 21st of December 2021. But don't hold me to it.